Then the second type, which is mostly used nowadays, are the Ethernet cards. These cards use the RJ45 cable with the highest CAT rating that you can find and that's available. Shielded twisted pairs with screens, bulletproof, nuclear protection. No, not really. My point is that usually these are industrial grade RJ45 cables. Similar with serial cards, these Ethernet cables carry various protocols such as Ethernet IP, Modbus TCP IP, Profinet, and the list goes on depending on what protocol the PLC that you have in your plant is using. What's important to note is that the topologies are different for the two physical layers, as well as there are different limitations that you can get if you go serial or Ethernet. So we'll use this small Ethernet network as an example. And again, the communication modules are highlighted in green. You have the 3 PLCs as well as 1 PLC with the remote rack. You have the HMI and the engineering workstation. Now we can then use a network switch because these devices are connected on an Ethernet physical layer. The topologies can be different. Usually on the serial side, you only get like a bus topology. When you have a system that has Ethernet modules, you can then also have a topology whereby you daisy chain the connections on the network, or you can have this star topology as shown over here. So in this case, PLC 1 can be able to see all the devices on this network by using this communication module because they're essentially connected to the same switch. So therefore, he can be able to see PLC 2 and PLC 3, the HMI, as well as the engineering workstation. The same applies for PLC 2 and PLC 3. So this is a typical layout of an Ethernet network. And then from here, depending on how you link up to your manufacturing network, you can then have a link from your network switch that goes directly to your manufacturing network. That's the use of communication module. You can use them to communicate with other PLCs, to communicate with your remote rack, or to link up to your manufacturing network. Another thing to note is that if your main rack has a serial comms card, then the remote racks will have serial communication cards as well. It is possible to communicate between the two different medias. You can get away with it by using media converter. However, you need to be aware of the limitations that you might have. So there are loopholes that you can use to your advantage, especially when you are doing a system upgrade from serial communication to Ethernet, and this can save you a lot of money. And that's why you need to have a good relationship with your PLC sales rep and treat them well, because you can be able to do crazy jiu-jitsu backflips on saving money when doing a system upgrade.